Good morning. I'm gonna do Get Ready With Me this morning because yesterday's Get Ready With Me was a little silent if you watched it on my Insta stories. And I have this nice red spot on my nose. My daughter is always scratching me. She likes to try and pull my nose off. I already used Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer and let it set for a few minutes. So I'm going to go in with Candlelight, ShadowSense, and I'm going to try, I've done this a few times, but I don't normally do it. I'm going to try and cover up that lovely redness on my nose, and then I'm going to do under my eyes. Before I put concealer, or not concealer, before I put the tinted moisturizer on, because usually I'll put Candlelight on to even out my eyelids after I put my foundation or tinted moisturizer on. But I'm just going to put it on underneath today to help cover that up. Where's my brush for this? Because that ShadowSense is like budge proof, smudge proof, so it'll stay that way, covered up all day. I got a chunk in my eyelash. And the ShadowSense, so many uses for it. You can use it like I'm using it. You can use it in your eyebrows. You can use it as a contour. So many different options for it. Should maybe use it to cover up. And a couple. It doesn't happen every month, but sometimes I get a little breakout. That nose needs help. And then on top of it, my husband likes to sleep with the fan on, and I hate that. I always wake up feeling like congested, but it's been super hot and it's not going away. Hot and like humid at the beach, which is rare. I feel bad kind of complaining, but because it's nowhere near as hot as some places as a usual summer, but this is not normal for us. Alright, so I'm going to mix my light color correcting tinted moisturizer with some Dewey makesense. I just mix it on the cap. Give that ShadowSense some time to like set so I'm not gonna put any over where that's at right now. And these foundation and the color corrected tinted moisturizer have the airless pump, so it pumps it from the bottom up using every last drop, and it's clear, so you can see when it's getting close to the end, which is awesome. And the daytime moisturizer in the skincare has a mechanical shield, so it protects sun against sun damage, equivalent to an SPF of 15. And then the makesense foundation also has that mechanical shield in it. So when you layer them, it's like a mechanical shield of 30 SPF. Okay. And then I want to use, so the tinted moisturizer helps to cancel out redness, which I needed today, for sure. It helps to cancel out redness, but it also helps decrease the amount of redness over time as well. So if you just have like really red skin, it's helpful to use every day. And it doesn't cover stuff up really, it's light coverage, and it just kind of evens out your skin tone. It's amazing. The makesense foundation has a little bit more coverage to it, and if you wanted even more coverage, because it's more of like a medium coverage, it's not heavy. I'm using the bronze blushsense. It's not a heavy coverage, so if you wanted even thicker coverage, you can always use the translucent powder and just kind of untwist the cap and mix it in with either the moisturizer, the tinted moisturizer, or you can mix it in with a foundation, and it'll give you a little thicker coverage. But I've never been one that wants that thicker coverage, especially on an everyday look, but I know some people prefer it or need it. Getting the hairline. Okay. I'm on the fence of whether I want to use shadowsense in my eyebrows or try this browsense, which looks kind of grayish. What should I try? I think I'm gonna just do, for now, the shadowsense and do a separate video for the browsense, because I got started a little late. My daughter's probably gonna wake up while doing this video. I mix Mocha Java ShadowSense with a little bit of onyx. You don't need anything fancy. I just use a lid. And where's my brush for my brows? Not brush. There we go. You hear my dog snoring? Apparently I'm boring. Oh my gosh, they sleep so much. I'm so jealous. So I will start usually in the middle and work outward towards the kind of tail of your brow, I guess. I don't know the technical term for it, but it's kind of like a little tail. This one has more gaps, I feel like, than my other brow. And I just kind of fill in, like, helps it look a little bit fuller and defined. The BrowSense, I haven't used it, but it's different in the sense that it's a little bit like the ShadowSense is budge proof, smudge proof, all that. But the BrowSense is apparently even stronger. I haven't used it yet. And it's more like almost like a brow gel, and there's two ends, and one end has a tiny, tiny little brush where you can almost like draw on brow hairs, which is great if you're missing a chunk and you kind of want to draw on a larger brow if your brows are really thin, or if you need to extend them, they're not long enough. And then the other end is like a spoolie end, like almost like mascara brush. That one you can kind of see in the clear package, where it's like that spoolie end, and you can kind of brush through. And I'm looking forward to experimenting with it, but I have not yet. I'm gonna try mixing two colors today. So I'm gonna start with, I think I'm gonna put the rest of that mixture for my brows in the crease. For kind of a transition. We'll see how this mixture turns out. I've never mixed these two before. Where's that blender brush? And I just use the brush like this, blend that out. Does anyone else have dogs that snore this bad? You can't hear him snoring right now. He's a boxer and he snores so bad. We have a boxer and a French bulldog, and they both are amazing snorers. And I know I wake up more in the middle of the night for those dogs than I do for my daughter. She is an awesome sleeper, but those two have more issues than, well, the French bulldog has the most issues. He's special. Alright. I'm going to use a little bit of onyx on the outer edge, or outer kind of corner. And you don't need a lot ever with any of these SeneGence products. It's always better to start out with less and you can add more. I'm not going out tonight, but maybe if I were, I'd use a little bit more, make it a little stronger. Maybe I will. See what that looks like. Practice for some random day. Alright. Supposed to be in the 90s today, which is, we've had way too many days. Usually I have to put my air conditioning on for maybe the total of a week out of the entire summer, and it's not like a consistent week, it's just a week full of random days. But this summer, it's been on for weeks. I don't like having to do that. I mean, and I feel like such a baby because I know other people have theirs on all the time. Always. Alright. So I'm going to mix. I'm going to try mixing granite and seafoam shimmer. I think I might add a little bit of onyx into it as well. Let's see what color we get. The seafoam shimmer is super pretty. If you haven't tried it yet. Perfect, like beachy color. Let's see. Brush. My own fat blender brush, and I need a flat one. I'm going to use that probably to apply it, so I'm going to mix it with the end. I ended up putting like a teeny bit of onyx in it. There was a little bit left from doing the corner of my eyes. Not much though. It made like a kind of grayish. Might add some more onyx to the rest and kind of have one a little darker. To add a little, I don't know if you can see it. There's the onyx. That light is so hot, it dries stuff so fast. I'm gonna put some more. Not the color I want. But I think this is good. It's getting a little darker. So I'm going to use that color. And kind of pat it on. And then I'm going to put some of this darker color on over, kind of in between. The black, so it kind of transitions. I like the way that darker one turned out. It's pretty. Then I'm going to go through with, I got a little blender brush and soften up some of those lines. And blend it into that black. Got a little green under here. Not where I wanted it. Did a good job of that too. Got it a lot. I'm gonna bring some of this like darker green color underneath here. There's one more here. Okay. And then some snow shadowsense. Under my brows and in the corners. Blend that in. helps to kind of brighten up your eye, especially those inner corners. And this highlights your brow a little bit better. Oh my gosh, the other one's snoring now. These dogs. And where's my liner brush? It's tiny, it drops to the bottom, so I use this tiny brush, and I'm going to use some onyx for some liner to make that look a little more finished. You can use that ShadowSense for so many things. A liner, my brows, contour, more coverage, like a concealer. It's gonna be water resistant. It's pretty much waterproof. I'm giving a little wing, and it's smudge proof, budge proof. It will stay for sure all day. It doesn't set in creases. I don't know if you can tell because the light's going from one side to the other, but it just looks a little more finished. I'll do the other eye, but can you tell the difference between that one and that one? And I don't go in like a line, it's just like almost little dots that connect when I do it like this. Always have to have Q-tips close. Especially for my mascara, if you've watched my other videos, I'm always getting that mascara on. Oh my gosh. The other thing they do is lick the dogs. I will wake up to that French bulldog licking his paws. And he does it out of boredom. I've had another dog that's done it from allergies, and they get all red and inflamed. This dog does not have any red, inflamed anything. He just licks. Okay, that's onyx. And for liner, and then I'm gonna do curl the lashes a little. Mine are already kind of curled, but sometimes they're not all going the same amount of curled, and they get in the way of putting the liner on, which is annoying. But so I use the curler just to make sure they both look the same. And I'm going to put on some Undersense on my lashes, and this helps to condition your lashes, protect them. It does build your lashes a little bit, but that's not the primary reason for it. We do have a lash extend, which is kind of like eyeliner. They do have it in a black, but they also have it in clear, and you can put it on day and night over your lash line and help your lashes grow. The Undersense does not do that. The Undersense just protects your lashes and makes them, I've noticed it kind of helps them appear a little healthier the more you wear it. Not damaged from all the mascara and trying to scrub your mascara off. I used the makeup remover wipes from SeneGence the first time last night to remove like my whole face. And it works so well. I was surprised. I didn't have much faith in it. That's why I haven't tried it yet, but I tried it last night and I took some pictures to show you, so I'll post those probably today. You do have to scrub a little bit more than you do with the Foops makeup remover to get, like, especially your mascara off, but it works so well, and the wipes are oil free. So if you have lash extensions or anything like that, you can use the wipes, which is nice. And so convenient for traveling, because packing wipes is so much easier than packing the remover. Well, not that it's hard to pack the remover, but this is what it looks like. So I'm always scared that it would leak. You shake it and then put a few drops in your hand if you've seen a video, and then just kind of rub it all over and let it sit. Go do something else, get dressed for bed, brush your teeth, whatever. Once you wash it off with water, you're good. Okay. So I do 2 coats of the Undersense. I find that it helps best for transfer. Don't worry, I'm not going to run you over with my chair. He freaks out about that. And he can't really walk well on the laminate and tile in our house, even though we've had it for over a year now. Just cannot deal. Okay, so I put the lashsense a little bit on the back of the lashes in the first coat, and I do 2 coats. I need to get a new one. I noticed that when it's time for a new one, it just goes on a little harder to get it on nice and even. I'm blocking the camera that way. I'll use the edge of it to kind of get those corner lashes. I always end up getting mascara on my face. find that using the Undersense in 2 coats helps with transfer of the mascara onto, I get like a ring right here, which doesn't help. I already have dark circles. I don't need them any darker. Okay. I need a lash comb for that. Yeah, when I need a new one, I notice it starts to go on a little. It's a little harder to put it on nice and even than without it. When it's new, don't even need a lash comb. Trying to create one giant lash. And I do 2 coats of the mascara. Sometimes I'll do 3. But I do find it looks better with at least 2. Anyone else have to get up like crazy early to get ready if they want to look other than like mom bun and leggings? Getting ready with my daughter, which is what I did yesterday, so hard. It takes so long to get out of the house. And I'm constantly cleaning up after her messes while I'm trying to get ready. I don't know if you can tell the difference because this light, that's 2 coats and this one only has 1. I just feel like it stands out a little bit better. Yesterday I was doing my Insta stories on silent because she was in here getting ready with me, and she brought in all of her books from her room and sat down next to me in the bathroom and started reading them. It was cute. And I love when she reads them because she sticks her entire head in the book like she could see anything. And I wonder because obviously she copies you, and I'm like, I don't stick my head in the book when I read to her. Just have to over exaggerate everything. I'm reading. We've also had child locks for the bathroom. We bought them. They haven't been put in yet. So I constantly have to stand in front of the cupboard so she's not opening it. She likes to go in the cupboards and get out all the things I have in them and just leave them everywhere. I'm using Toasted Rose blushsense. This bottle, it's the old tube. The newer ones have even stronger pigment and smaller bottle. So like I'll show you the difference. This is the new blushsense and this is the older one. So it's a little bigger, but it is more pigmented, so you don't need as much. With the newer formulation, kind of just doing little mini circles. I don't love tons of blush. might pick out a lip color. I think I might just do a nude because the eye is pretty strong. So I'm going to use the translucent powder. "90-degree weather, I'm gonna need some powder." And illuminator, and then I'm gonna do my lips. So the illuminator is pearlizer mixed with our eye cream. So you get kind of a 2-in-1. And you can use it on no makeup days and just put it all over the eye area. Or when you're doing makeup, putting it around as that highlighter. If I put it too close under my eye, the mascara comes off. So I just put it around my eye. Get a little glow. Put some extra right there and there. Oh, that red nose. Okay, I'm going to use Bravo lip sense. I'm going to wipe my lips off. You want to make sure that you have my husband's mess. You want to make sure that you have all the makeup that got on your lips. Any lotions, whatever it is, off. Lips are clean. I need to take Rebel Gloss. Which one should I use? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get a gloss and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm gonna do Bravo lip sense, and you shake it. I want to do kind of a nude eye because nude eye. Sure, a nude lip because my eyes are pretty strong. And you want like nothing on the applicator, so you scrape that all off so that it looks like there's nothing. And 3 layers, very thin. And this is a matte color, and they tend to be a little trickier to apply. So you want to make sure that each layer dries, and with this light I shouldn't have a problem. It's pretty hot. It's putting the makeup to that sweat-proof test. It's not sliding off as I apply it. Ends fly everywhere. So I have put this makeup to the test. I have gone to Mexico when it was super humid, and it stayed. Swimming by the pool, stayed. went to my parents' house, which is crazy high elevation, super dry. Usually I have problems with dry skin when in there. Totally fine. Skincare saved me. What else? Toddler that likes to point out all my freckles and grab my face. She finds it fun. So I'm going to do 2 glosses. I wanted a little bit of a tint. I wanted to try something new. So I'm going to put the rose gloss on. And once you put the gloss on, you're good to go. Your lips can touch each other. I wanted a little bit of sparkle or shine, but not tons. So I'm going to use the Diamond Kiss gloss over that. I want to just see what that looks like. Mixing the 2. You see that? Little sparkle. Very subtle, but love it. Alright, so when I first started using this, someone gave me a great tip. If you use the diamond sparkle or glitter, you might want some other gloss without glitter, like the rose gloss or glossy gloss, to reapply during the day so that you're not just loading on the glitter. Unless you want your lips to look like a disco ball, then go for it. It could be a good look for a fun party. 70s disco ball. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day.